Hello there. So we're going to do a quick reading. And the reason is because I have to be wearing my street clothes. um, my landlord texted me and asked if he could come over to talk about something. And I was like, sure. So I had to put my clothes on, because I'm just hanging out in my bedclothes, laying on my bed, you know. And so now I'm waiting for him to come over. I don't know how long that's going to take. And I can't lay on my bed in my comfy spot because I've got to have actual clothes on. So I was sitting here in this chair and I was like, well, maybe I could kill some time by doing a quick reading. So this might be something where you like pretty much know, but you're just kind of killing time, or you're just kind of going to enjoy some reassurance or something like that. Like what we're going to reveal in this reading is where you stand on something. But it's something that I feel like you already know. You know what I mean? Like, we're just kind of doing this for fun. So we can say hi again. So you have maybe a little reassurance, so you feel seen. If something does come in the reading that you weren't aware of, absolutely weigh it in and see how you feel about it. But basically, this is my light and the light and the dark of it. So you can think of a different issue or topic for each pile if you want. I think it's going to be 3 picks, 1, 2, or 3. So assign each thing to a different pile or pick. And basically, we're going to see where you stand on it. So what is your energy in the light or the dark of it, as far as like how you're handling the situation, or how you see it, your perspective or your behavior, or it could even be your feelings. Okay, that's what it is. So I don't have anything besides the numbers of the pile for you to pick from. And use your own intuition and decide which pile for this first topic that's on your mind. And we're going to say where you stand on it is you are in full compassion. So this is the light of the card, the light of the way to feel. Because the dark of it would be add compassion. The dark of it would have said, you got some room to add compassion here. But this is saying you are in full compassion. You're full of compassion on this issue. So compassion is higher than empathy, meaning you're not sunk down into the same feeling or feeling the pain of it, but you understand and that someone may be struggling or in pain, or you're honoring somebody else's process or your own. It could very well be your own as well. You may be having to have compassion for yourself through a situation. I'm still going to get 2 more cards for this pile, okay? Two more cards popped out. We've got clearest communication. So that's the light of it. And the dark of it would have been if you needed to have clearer communication. So you or someone else, the way you're thinking about it or the way you've talked about it or communicated about it is the clearest it could be. Oh, and you are on your highest path. So that's the light of it. If it were the dark of it, it would have said like, you can adjust yourself to get to a higher timeline at this point. Like there's a decision you could make or an action you could take that would put you on a path that is higher for your highest good. But you already are on that path. That's where you stand. Okay? Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, that's your reading, pick 1. We're headed into pick 2. Now, pick 2, your thing might be, you might feel rushed a little bit. You might feel a little bit of pressure, a little anticipation. Let's see. Oh, 3 cards came right out. 4 cards came out. So you are trusting your intuition. That's the light of it. If it were to be the dark of it, it would say that you need to trust your intuition, but you are trusting your intuition on this. Pick 2. It also does say that there has been a misunderstanding. Could be you, could be someone else with the misunderstanding here. And I'm just going to pause you because my landlord is here and I'll just need to have a conversation. Be right back with the rest of the reading. Okay, pick 2. There may be something where the misunderstanding could be around an assumption you've made. You've made an assumption and maybe because next we've got open your heart. So this is the dark of it. The light of it would be you have an open heart. Your heart is open. So this is saying your heart might be a little bit closed on this. There might be a little bit of jadedness or just misunderstanding. It might not even be jadedness. And then we have express yourself. So I feel like the express yourself, I cannot recall if this is the dark or the light of it. I think this is the dark of it. There's something else that if it were known, it would help clear up the misunderstanding. So if you can express yourself with an open heart, the expression could be asking a question, right? Remaining open and asking a question, being curious in order to clear up a misunderstanding. And you may have been experiencing an intuitive prompt about this, like something feels off, something's niggling at you to address this issue, to look at this thing again, to question things, something like that. So it's something where you kind of know something is off. There is a misunderstanding. It's urging you to be open. So you can ask yourself the question, what would love do? And then express yourself. Ask a question. Be vulnerable enough to share your truth. Even if your truth is, I'm confused about this. Am I right on this? Do I have all the facts? Is there something else that I should know? Intuitively, you can maybe follow your way to a question that will assist in straightening this misunderstanding out. Okay? That is your reading, pile number 2, or pick number 2. I'm going to move on to pick number 3. Okay, pile 3, I feel like this could be, it may or may not be, a situation where there's some unfair treatment, anger, like, might not even know where it's coming from or why someone is being so angry. Even if it's you, have you self-reflected to find out why you're so angry? Are you lashing out? Are you mistreating others? Is there someone like that you're dealing with? It could be a situation like that. But this pile could also serve for someone who was not in a situation like that. Let's just see what comes out. Where do you stand? Where do you stand in this situation? one with nature. That's the light of it. The dark of it would tell you to spend more time in nature. So this sort of indicates that you're balanced, you're in, in your flow state, taking care of business, doing what you got to do, taking care of things practically. You are part of nature. Twice. So, like, the natural order of things is what you're in line with. You're in line with the natural order of things. So, if in this situation, I mean, you can't get any more right than that, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least one more card, please, on where does pile 3 stand? Okay, in process came out, but I still feel like I need to take another card, so I'm going to take another one after this, but in process. This is the light of it, because this card represents that there's something going on here and that it's in process. It's not completed. You may not even know what it is fully yet. It's just like this step has to be done before the next step. Something is happening here. There are moving parts. One thing before another thing. One thing after another thing. Fully committed. You are fully committed to this process, meaning it may ask, if this is the light of it, in the dark of it, it may ask you to make a commitment, to show up in your fullness, in who you are and where you stand. But this is saying you have shown up how you are, who you are. You've shown up in your truth, in your authenticity, and there's a process going on here, and it might not feel good, I want to say. Even though it's a very natural process of perhaps growth, learning, change, even in the process of change, sometimes things need to break down. In the process of learning, sometimes you don't know something before you know it. So this is acknowledging that where you stand is that you've shown up to it. You've shown up to the process that's going on here. And you've shown up in the best possible way that you could. And this is an acknowledgement of that. All right, pick 3. That was your reading. And I want to thank you for participating. We'll probably do some more like this on this channel. So if you're interested, like, subscribe. Maybe see you next time. Until then.